Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with another retro review. So the Game Boy Advance is a console I have a lot of nostalgia for, but basically I use mine to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and the Pokemon games. So I missed out on a lot of great games from the GBA library. So over the last few months I've been going back, buying games and replaying them and realised how many I'd missed out on. So today we're doing a retro review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Game Boy Advance. There are a few different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games on the GBA. So this is the first one. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and it's the game that released in November 2003. The story. So Mouser robots destroy the Turtles' old home and begin to attack their new home. The Turtles have traced the robots to Baxter Stockman's factory where they must try and save April. Michelangelo annoys Raphael, who leaves and heads to the surface. They must rescue Raphael, and Donatello develops a cloaking device to help fight the invisible ninjas, as well as then going on to try and defeat Stockman. Gameplay. So the game consists of 4 stages. Each of the 4 stages are unique to your character and each character plays differently. So rather thinking of 4 stages, think of it as 16 stages. Each 4 stages will probably take you around about an hour, maybe a little bit longer depending on your skill level. Each character has one stage that's a rail shooting minigame. Leonardo rides a hovercraft, Michelangelo rides a skateboard, Donatello uses a hang glider, and Raphael rides a motorbike. Out of all the 4 stages, I think it's pretty obvious that these 4, the 4 sort of mini-games, so to speak, or the rail shooters, are definitely my favourite aspect of the game, and I would have loved to see them add in a few more stages using these mechanics, definitely. This is a classic beat 'em up, so to speak, but it's also got those platforming elements, it's got puzzle elements, it's got rail shooters as well. It gets a bit lost in what it's trying to be, and to be honest with you, the platforming elements in particular were just overcomplicated. Because of the small screen on the Game Boy Advance, I often couldn't see when I needed to make a jump, because if I was going up, it's just not tall enough, so I often missed jumps and would have to constantly repeat the platforming aspect. So that's definitely a negative for me. The beat 'em up, the rail shooter, fantastic. The platforming, very poor. You have attack and you have jump. You also have the R button as a strong attack, but this will use up some of your health. If you hold attack down, you'll charge up your attack as well, and there's different levels of charge. The enemies are pretty easy, even on a higher difficulty setting. As I've said, a couple of the challenges for me were performing jumps or the special jumps at the correct time. I had no issues with the actual beat 'em up aspect. Even the big boss I found very simple. The graphics, so I've got to say, graphically each character looks fantastic. The animations when jumping, when fighting, they're all done really nicely. They've all got great individual animations, and the cutscenes are obviously done as best as possible on the GBA. My kind of issue with, there's nothing going on in the background. There's just nothing happening. It's just kind of one background. There's not a lot going on. I just felt like they could have done a little bit more with the background. It's sewer walls or concrete walls or just nothing, which in some aspects works to the animation's benefit. So when you're actually seeing the fighting, it stands out a little bit more. But then, all in all, it just feels like there's not enough going on, so to speak. But as I say, for the characters and the fighting, they're done really nicely. The price for this game is just all over the place. So there was actually a double pack released when the second one came out. So the first one is quite high in value. You can find the double pack. I've found just the cartridge only, just for the first game, is around about the £15 mark. The boxed editions come in anywhere from £50 plus. I haven't played the second one, so I'm not sure if that's any good. I'm going to try it out at some point. But yeah, you're looking at about £15 to try and pick this one up. So just a few final thoughts. So overall, I did really enjoy this game. My only sort of negative really was about just some of the background of each level, and then just the platforming I just really struggled with. But once you kind of get the hang of it, it does become a lot easier and the game does get even more enjoyable. A little bit on the short side, but lots and lots of replay value. So yeah, definitely worth going back and seeing if you can grab yourself a copy of this one. Make sure you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and not TMNT, because that's a whole different game. I think that was a movie tie-in game. But that's everything from me. Do give me a thumbs up if you like these retro reviews, because it's really nice to go back and look at some old games. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.